Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome to Concepts of Science Academy Pakistan. And I'm your host Mr. Muhammad Ahsanul Haq, and today we are here for our topic about the research write-up. I want to clear that before this lecture we have already discussed about the research, the type of research, the types of research data, about research articles, different parts of research article, how to search and how to download a research article, and we have already discussed about that how you can read a research article and what's about the data mining, how can you extract data from a research article or any scientific article. But in today's lecture we will learn about that how you can write a research article or a research document or a scientific document. So, uh, writing a research paper is our today's topic. And what's in store? First of all, we will learn about the 10 basic steps which are involved in writing a research article. And first of all, we will learn about that. Why learn about research paper? Step one is thinking. Step two to find. Step three read. Step four is brainstorm. Step five is thesis. Step six is introduction. Step seven is body. Step eight is conclusions. Step nine is works cited. Step 10 is spelling and grammar. And then there are some other tips about research write up and writing a research article. That's about stay consistent, plagiarism and quotations, and continuation of plagiarism and quotations, title, header and footer, frustrated, and you are done. These are the contents of this lecture. First of all, we will discuss about that. Why would I want to know how to write a research paper? What's my purpose of writing a research article? Why should I learn about this write up? So learning to write a research paper can be helpful later in life, like for a future class in a college, in career, to learn more on a subject. So this write up will be very helpful for you in your career, in your degree, in a university, in your college, in your assignments, or in your other different things in your career. So, first of all, we will discuss about the step one, which is thinking. To think. So, first of all, I will think that what should I write? Why should I write? And what I'm going to write about. All right. So, asking yourself key questions will help you to write a good paper and enjoy doing it. So basically, writing a research paper is a very difficult task, but you can do it by enjoying it. Okay. So I should think that which class is this for? What are the guidelines? What are you interested in? Do you think you will be able to find a lot of information? So all these are the question about which I should think before writing a research article or a scientific document. So in the second step, I will find what to find. To find information. All right. Finding as much information as possible is the key to writing a research paper. So start looking. So there are some sources from where I can get my information. As in the previous lectures, I have guided you about the research articles, that we will extract our data from research articles or different scientific books. So you can extract your information, you can get your information, you can get your data from newspaper articles, from journals, from internet, or from different types of books. So these are some sources which can help you in finding the information about your topic. You can get this information from your any senior, from your any classmate, from any fellow, from your supervisor, or any other teacher. You can get the information, but these are some other sources from which you can get your information about your topic. So step three is the read and take notes. Till here, we have already discussed in our previous lecture that how to decide a problem and how to find information on it, how to find different papers and how to download it. And step three, we have already done it, that how to read a research article. All right. And we have already discussed about the data mining, that how to extract data from a research article. So these are the steps of our previous lectures, that here we will read the information before and while you write your paper. This will keep the information you in your mind while you write. If you take notes while reading, you will remember what is important to the paper. So while you are reading a research article, the main thing is to take notes. All right. So these notes will help you in writing your research article. Make key headings or just highlight your data in your in the paper that you are reading. All right. So taking notes is the major and very important step in all this process. So after this, the step 4 is brainstorming. Brainstorming, in this you will think randomly. All right. In brainstorming, you will organize your information into sections. All right. Suppose that I read 5 articles and I found some data which was important for my article and or which was important for my topic or assignment. Now I will decide in sections. I will organize this information in sections, that the data of which paper will be added in which heading. So this data will be written in the introduction. This data will be written in the literature review. This data will help me in materials and methodology. This data will help me in the discussion. So while I was reading the research articles and I was taking the notes, at that time I was deciding that this data will be used in that specific portion of my research paper. All right. Here I will organize my information. I will make a chart. I will write down the notes. All right. And then I will decide that what's important and what can be taken out. So all these things will be done in the step number 4. Step 5 is thesis. Basically, what's thesis? The meaning of thesis is basically a problem or a thing that you want to prove. Basically, your hypothesis that you want to prove, or uh, the major key point. I will say that a key point which was important in your research, that you wanted to prove the reason of your research. All right. So here your thesis is the main thing. The main thing is your thesis that you want to prove in your article or in your paper, that you want to prove in your research or in your research paper. So it should be in 1 or 2 sentences. All right. So where you will write it, you will write it near the end of your introduction paragraph. All right. And then we should also know that what the reader want, what the reader will want to read. All right. And is the main thing. It will let the reader know what the rest of paper is about. All right. We will organize our data, our information. The format of our paper will be according to the demand of reader. It should be catchy. Okay, it should be according to the understanding of a reader, or and it also should meet all the criteria of our research. All right. Without our thesis, you can't you don't have a research paper. So your thesis is a very basic and important part of our paper. So step 6 is the introduction of our paper. All right. Draw the reader in, tell them what they will be reading about. All right, the introduction is basically it will introduce all the research papers. All right, in the introduction, you will introduce all the basics and key points of your research article. By reading the introduction, the reader will know about what's given in the rest of this paper. All right, so the first sentence of your introduction of your paper must be interesting to find a fact or ask a question, or you can use a quote in this first sentence. All right. Or you can write the introduction of any article in about 5 sentences.
So here step 7 is the body of your article. You should have at least one paragraph for each article research. So you have read different research articles. Okay, so now you will decide that you will write your data from those research articles. Okay, and you will take about one paragraph from each and every paper that you read. In the starting you will take one paragraph, and then when you will be expert in your write up, you can just take a few words too from a one research paper. So it will be according to requirement of your assignment or requirement of your knowledge or your data. And each paragraph should have at least 5 sentences or more. All right. So if you are repeating something that the author says, you must cite it. You will be learn more about this later. We will discuss it in our next lectures, that word citation and the all these things. All right. And then step 8 is the conclusion. So you have written about the introduction and all the body of your research paper. Body means your material methodology and your results and all these things. And now you will write about the step 8, which are the conclusions of your research article. All right. So you are almost done. The conclusion wrap up your paper. It's all about the concluded things or key points or the findings of your research article. All right. So you shouldn't introduce any new thing here. Using one sentence about each paragraph, you will summarize what you talked about in your article. All right. And try to connect your last sentence with your very first sentence. It means that you will relate your last sentence with the your previous sentence. All right. So step 9 is work cited. You will cite your work according to different citation style, just like APA or MLS style. We will learn about the citation in our citation and plagiarism in our next lecture. So some student may have the idea about citation. So you should cite your all the data according to the an appropriate style, just like Vancouver APA or MLA. Then in step 10, you will check the grammar and spellings of your research paper. You will read your research paper again and again. All right. While you are writing a research paper, leave it for a few days and read it again after a few days, just like 1 or 2 weeks. Now you will find your own mistakes that you have done in your research article. And in proofreading, you can proofread your paper for grammar mistake. You can take help from your any friend and let a friend edit your paper, read it one more time. Remember, the more time you read it, the better the paper will be. So read it again and again. So step after step 10, these were some basic steps of writing a research paper. Stay consistent. Make sure you speak through the same sentence throughout the paper. If you are using the past, future, or present tense, use the same tense in all the paper, or use it according to the requirement of data in the paper. So if you are writing about the history class, or writing about the history of anything, always use the past tense. All right. And if you are writing any research proposal or synopsis, now you will write the uh, future tense in your materials and methodology. All right. So plagiarism and quotations. Plagiarism can be a cause of failure to you or get expelled. So take it serious. To avoid plagiarism, cite the author's work. So I have already told you that we will discuss about the citation and plagiarism in our next lectures, and we will learn about it. And when cited work, not only do you need a work cited page, but you need a quote within your paper. Quoting is easy and only takes a few minutes. Just use it to avoid getting expelled. So using quotation is very easier than uh, getting expelled from your class or from your assignment. So here we will discuss about the title of your research paper. It's usually easier to think of one after writing the introduction. So after writing the introduction of your research article or your research paper, now it's easy for you to decide the title of your research article. So if you are stuck, you can ask your friend to read your paper. Your friend will give you a new idea about the title of your paper. So think of one of two things that do you want it catchy or informative, and pick only one. So you may have different topics or different titles for your research article. So you will have to decide just one title for your research article, and it should be not too much long to not too much short. It must be catchy. It must have some 2 to 3 keywords in it. So in the header and footer, the header of your research article should have your name, your teacher, your class, the date. The footer usually includes the page number of your article. So if you get frustrated doing your all the work, there are many books, website made to help you with problems you may have. So use these have tips with examples that may give a boost to your writing. Click on the picture for help, or you can see different types of pictures on these websites, on different magazines and different things, so it will help you from getting frustrated. So you are done with your research article, and in the next lectures we will discuss about the write up of a thesis, and research proposals, and synopsis, and we will also learn about the citation and present. So it was all about today's lecture. Hope so it was helpful for you, and don't forget to subscribe CSA Pakistan. Stay blessed, take care, and Allah Hafiz.